In all my years of being an anime and manga and light novel fan, did I ever expect this particular light novel series to get an anime? But here we are. Here we are. Now, I'm sure you guys by now know that the seasonals are running amok. We have like 5 episodes for this new season that came out now, so I'm a little late to the party. I'm sorry, but I have to talk about episode 1, so no spoilers here, of Reborn as a vending machine. Now, this series gets a lot of flack in the light novel community for like the past like year or so, where pretty much Reborn as a vending machine is like the token example of Isekai has gone too far. Right? And look, listen, I'm not here to defend the concept. It is goofy, it is wacky, it is definitely not a very serious series, and it does not want to take itself serious. Now, I'm not here to talk about the light novel series, which I have read and it is pretty good. I'm here to talk about the anime, okay? And more specifically, the fact that this is even an anime in the first place. I've seen a lot of people in the internet. I'm not gonna point any fingers, but I've seen a lot of people get mad. They're like, "Wow, so this stupid vending machine anime got animated, but not, my favorite series that doesn't have an anime yet." And listen, okay, listen. I understand that that might seem frustrating to some people, but here's the thing. Okay, look, hear me out. Reborn as a vending machine, it should be taken like fast food. Okay, every once in a while, yes, you have your home cooked meals, you have your good fancy foods, but every once in a while you're like, man, I just kind of want a fast food burger. Man, I kind of want some fries. You know what I mean? Like, just because it doesn't have as much substance and as it's as meaty and as juicy as some of the other seasonals, like Jujutsu Kaisen, all these crazy series popping up with deep world exploration, lore, crazy fights, crazy nonsense, boom, lasers going around, doesn't mean that the industry, the anime community, shouldn't have these little fast food series. These things that you throw on when you have nothing else to watch and you're like, this is lighthearted. This is pretty fun. This is pretty nice. Let's move on. Not everything needs to be a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. So, yes, okay, yes, I'm here to defend the hell out of Reborn as a vending machine because I just finished watching episode 1 and I, I, I liked it. Okay, I liked it. And not only did I like it, I proceeded to binge the rest of the series, which is only 4 episodes right now, and I'm anxiously waiting for a next one. So, what is it? Why is this series right that is stupid, that has such a weird concept that people think that shouldn't even exist in the first place? Why does it exist? Why does it exist? Let me tell you, because it's an isekai. Okay, that's a pretty easy thing to answer, right? Isekai has proved time and time again that it has a loyal fan base that watches every single, consumes, inhales like Kirby, every single piece of isekai that has ever been shown. Anything reincarnated as an apple, reincarnated as this, reincarnated as that, the isekai community eats it up. So clearly, there's a market here. Now, specifically, what does vending machine do a little bit differently? Well, besides the fact that our main character is a freaking vending machine, it doesn't do a lot. I'm not gonna sit here and be like this is an innovation of the genre and everything, like, and it's doing something masterful, and the title is misleading, kind of like is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon, which I consider to be like an actual good world building story like that surpasses its title. I don't think the title um really shows represents how good the story could be, but that's another video. No, I'm not here to say that Reborn as a Vending Machine is deeper than its name, than it's led to believe, and you should give it a shot because it might be your next favorite thing. No, this isn't gonna be your next favorite thing. No, this isn't gonna be a masterpiece. The title is literally the series. A guy gets killed while hugging a vending machine, and I don't know if their body fuses. I don't know. They're not gonna get into it because it's an isekai and they never explain anything, but he is born and he's a vending machine, and you can put money into him, which is what keeps him alive, and he gives you a drink. That's it. Okay, it's not crazy. No, but listen, he's actually like, no, it's just guy as a vending machine and some girl that she's cute, she's cool, she's fun, like very very an anime girl, right? Anime girl is very normal character. It's not like this is the deepest thing in the world. So if it's so vanilla. If it does everything by the book, why do I like it so much? And I think I like it because of that. And the story obviously is gonna be a little bit more unique than any other isekai because no other isekai has a freaking modern day vending machine in it. And yes, the story revolves around the vending machine. Essentially, this girl finds the vending machine, sees that has a bunch of drinks in it. She's famished. She's hungry. So she spends money, buys this like canned corn soup. And this is like a medieval world. So, they're not used to these flavors. They're not used to the MSG artificial flavors. This vending machine is introducing Red 40 to this society. So she opens the lid, drinks it, is in love. She starts buying drinks, she starts buying potato chips. She spends all her money on just buying these things because, I mean, think about it. If you were like a middle-aged child that only ate like unseasoned chicken and then you ate a taki, well, I mean, you might die, but but before you die, that might be the most complex flavor you will ever taste in your entire life. So here we have this modern day snack dispenser giving snacks and food to these people that only know medieval style feasts, which is already an interesting concept in and of itself, seeing how this girl is treating potato chips like we treat A5 Wagyu, right? Like that was pretty funny to watch, like seeing her chug down five milk teas, like when I could walk down my local Asian market and buy like two for like 50 cents, right? So that already was kind of entertaining, and then she takes the vending machine to town and then shows the townsfolk, and these two guards, which are my favorite like side characters in this series so far, because there's these two guards that keep on buying things and they're so hyped that they're like, oh my god, it changed stock because the vending machine has an ability to change its stock. So there's this scene where one of the guards is like, "Man, I've been drinking like five of these milk teas a day. I wish there was something else." And then the vending machine's like, "Okay, cool," restocks, and then he like introduces like I think like udon, like cup udon, into to these guards, and they're like, "This is the best thing I've ever tasted. This is amazing. You gotta try this." And then it cuts to the entire townsfolk just eating from this vending machine. So it has like a very wholesome tone to it. We're kind of just like you're introducing, honestly, in a way it's kind of like a future coming to the past situation. Like what would happen if you went down to the past and then showed someone like an iPad? Now, besides them calling you a witch and burning you at the stake, they're probably gonna freak out. They're definitely gonna freak out. So it's just funny seeing this modern technology, and how the townsfolk consider the vending machine like a magic tool, and they're like, oh, this is a magician, like this is a magic tool, and it can talk because the vending machine can say things like hello and please insert coin, but that's it. Can't really actually speak, which adds to the whole like, oh, this is a tool thing. So yeah, and I thought that aspect of just introducing new foods, new idea to a medieval type of world is very interesting, as well as the fact that the main character does have an internal monologue. Now, obviously, I have read the light novels, and I will say, when it comes to, honestly, 99% of light novel anime are, honestly, I wouldn't even say 100 of light novel anime are better in the light novels, right? It's just because you can explain more, it's more in depth. I mean, I would even say like some manga and anime you can are interchangeable. Like the Oshinoko anime, if you're anime only, that's pretty much panel for panel, word for word, and it's a beautiful art style and great voice acting and everything, right? But light novels, like clearly you have to cut so much. Like I think episode one adapts like the first like almost 100 pages. So clearly a lot gets cut out. And I'm not here to say like, oh, read the light novel instead. If you like the concept, the light novel does kind of, add a little bit more scenes, a little bit more context to what's going on, but not too much. It's not a deep story. We're not dealing with a deep story here, but it is a fun one nonetheless. Um, and yeah, just the fact that the vending machine has an inner monologue is pretty interesting because we get to see that he like he tries to lower the prices of the things he's selling as much as possible, because the stuff that he's selling is like one silver coin, which I mean I don't know like the exchange rate, but the people are like, damn, it's a silver coin, that's kind of expensive. So I don't know, maybe it's like $10-15 per little drink, right? Which would be a lot in in our world. But again, if this is a brand new technology that you're not used to, that you don't know what the hell it is, you're like, all right, I'll try one, and then give me another, and then give me another, and then give me another, and the currency is that they give him is what gives him life. So I believe he uses like 24 points per day, so a point an hour. And I don't know, maybe like if you buy like $50 worth of food, he gets like 30 points. Like I don't, again, I don't know. They involve the exchange rate and the currency a little bit more in the light novel, but it's been like a few months, so I apologize. I kind of forgot. You know, better with numbers. But yeah, okay, this video is all over the place. I don't even know. I'm just talking about freaking vending machine. Okay, so like that about the first episode is that it sets up a goal, right? So the plot again is not very deep, but at least we have something to work towards. So we find out that even though it's a beautiful sky and it looks like the outdoors, they're actually in a dungeon right now. They are probably like one of the top floors of a many floor dungeon, and the girl that finds the vending machine, she is a adventurer and explorer that wants to take this quote unquote magic tool, this vending machine, to the surface so this genius could take a look at it. And it's cool because I feel like a lot of these isekai kind of throw a character in there, and it's kind of very slice of life. Like every episode is just something completely different happening. And I'm not saying like this is such a deep plot development, but it is cool that we're working towards at least something. You know, they give you something to grasp towards. And it kind of adds like this element of like, okay, you know, I'll stick around for next week, you know, see what happens. I want to see what this little scientist has to say. And yeah, like again, um, nothing too major, but I feel like the little story, it wasn't really like slow or anything. Like I feel like it was cool. Like just seeing, I don't know, I was entertained by seeing the townsfolk buy and get hyped over food items, and then seeing this girl kind of introducing this vending machine and kind of becoming friends with it, which is kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of wholesome. And yeah, and the animation too. I feel like a lot of light novel anime have terrible animation and art style. Like what is that one? Trapped in a Dating Sim. I hate the art style, and I feel like the animation is very clunky. I also saw this other anime like a few months back. It was like Farming Life something, and it was so terribly CG'd. I'll try to find a picture of it. There's like this dragon in the beginning that looked atrocious. So I don't know who greenlit this anime, but I'm very glad that they actually gave like some a nice art style that is a little bit different than the manga and a little bit different than the light novel illustrations like it usually is. But it is a pretty like it's pretty nice. Like it's a good art style, good animation. Obviously, it's not a very action based story. I think the only action is like the beginning of the episode where these frog creatures are like whacking the vending machine because I don't know they don't know how to use it, so they're just whacking, and then he starts taking hits and hits and hits, and then eventually he develops a barrier that basically makes him invincible. Um, so yeah, okay, I just spent almost 15 minutes talking about a freaking vending machine anime, but I like it. Okay, I like it, and I think you should give it a watch. Make this show one of those shows that you watch alongside something with a little bit more substance. I'm not here to tell you that this is your next favorite anime and that this is the best thing you've ever seen, but I will say that it is fun. The voice acting is good. The characters are colorful. The world is nice, and it's interesting enough to give it a recommend. Will this be your new favorite anime? Will this be your new favorite everything? Probably not, unless this is like your only anime. Then you know maybe there we go. But yeah, this is a nice little supplementary like B anime that you want to watch once like alongside your A anime. You know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. Just want to make a video on Reborn as a vending machine. I might title this something like super clickbait, but I'm trolling. Okay, I'm trolling. Like, oh, best anime of the season. No, I don't think it's best anime of the season. But whatever I decide to title it, just know that I'm messing around. So yeah, thank you for watching, and yeah, that's it. Bye.